All right, family. Coming up in a minute. I got a very special guest coming up on the show. What I want you to do, like this and share it. Like this and share it. And we're gonna have my special guest here probably in about 30 seconds. Like this video and share it. You want to hear this testimony from my good friend Ira Childress coming up in 30 seconds. Fatherhood, it matters. Ira Childress joins me today down in Louisiana. I'm assuming he's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all the way originally from Baldwin, Michigan. My good friend has showed us the possibilities. My brother, how you doing, man?
PA, I'm good, man. How is things in Muskegon?
Man, we living, brother. We surviving up here, man.
I know
From
you're
another
doing great
tiger
things.
you're a tiger now. You
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
made
No,
it
I
to a
know you're
tiger.
doing great things there, and I know you're doing great things in Orlando. You're doing things, in Africa. You're doing things all over literally all over the world, man. So before we get into my story, I want to give kudos to you and all the great things you're doing for the communities which you reside in, and that matters. That's important, and
Thank you, man.
especially obviously, you're a big new adventure in the motherland, and what you're doing there with safaris. I called you. I was in the airport, and I said, "Man, is this true? Are you going to be leading up this new company with safaris?" And I mean, that was something that I had. I didn't know anybody who did that. So that's big ups to you, man. I'm
Thank
proud of
you.
the great things you're doing.
Thinking out the box, man. The creator put me in a room with great people and put me around some great folks. You being one of those individuals. We never did sports on radio, at 103.7 until I met Chill, and Chill was like, "You gotta put basketball on radio, PA. You gotta bring some basketball on radio."
I remember that. It's funny. I remember those conversations vividly, man. We were doing, basketball for Heights and football for the Big Reds and all of that, but nobody was doing it at the time. So it was just another way to really try to put the shine on the kids in the community and really show the positive things that were going on there. I just love being in Muskegon, right down there in the mix of everything. And a lot of people always talked about, kind of like from with my hometown, a lot of people always talk about the negative things, but we were doing a lot of positive things. It was great, man, and I really enjoyed it. And yes, of course, anytime you're in poverty-stricken neighborhoods, there's going to be some negativity, but you also should be shining light on the positive things that kids are doing in those communities.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about you, brother. It's all about you. To those who don't know, Baldwin, Michigan. I think I googled it today. The population, what, maybe around 1,100 people.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact population is. What I do know, it is the poorest county in the state of Michigan,
Wow.
and that's a fact. And it's one of those places that is the poorest county, but there's a lot of great people there, and a lot of people that are helping people, and a lot of people that help me get to where I am today, that are from there and from the great Idlewild, Michigan, which is right adjacent to Baldwin. So yeah, it's great, man. It's a great community, but again, kind of like Muskegon, we gotta, there's a lot of negativity that people like to, perpetuate when you think about Baldwin. But I can tell you, there's a lot of successful people that come out of there.
You being one of them. You being one of them. But your path to where you at right now, of course, you got an office now at LSU. You working with one of the best football programs in the nation. But your beginnings were humble beginnings.
Yeah, they were humble beginnings, and I have to give it thanks to my mother, who really lit a fire under me early on and just said, "Hey, you know what? If you want to do something great, you're gonna have to get an education, and not just a high school education, a college education. That was big for her, and she just stayed on me and really, was big, into me getting an education. And that really, kind of changed my life. I grew up in the humble beginnings, like you said. We didn't have a lot. But a lot of people, everyone that I knew, didn't have a lot. So we didn't realize that we were necessarily poor, but we were. But that was okay. But we had love, and I had my mother as that guiding light of saying, hey, you know what, you need to dream outside your surroundings right now. And if you want to change your life and you want to change your surroundings, you need to think about focusing on your education. I know you love sports. I know you love football. I know you love basketball. I know you feel like you're going to the league or you're going to get an opportunity to play in the NBA or NFL. And that's great, and you may. But at the same time, you need to get an education. So I give her a shout out. And then we had so many great teachers and community leaders. My dad was a coach. He, as well. So I mean, there's a lot of great people, in my family. My grandmother was really instrumental, both of them. So there's a lot of great people. My sisters, my brothers. So I don't want to leave out anybody. But the point is, we started. I started. Really behind the eight ball, to be honest with you.
You talk about that. I mean, you mentioned a lot in your book. You talked about in your book the things you had, the hardship that you went through early on in life, but you didn't give up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and that's huge, Pierre. You don't want to never give up. And so, if kids out there are watching this, hopefully, they can look at me and others and say, hey, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. Because a lot of times, what people don't understand is poverty is trauma. When you're living in tough circumstances, and when you don't have, and you see other people have, and you see other people able to go around, and do a lot of traveling and do things, and you can't do those things, that can be traumatic, but at the same time, you can't use it as an excuse. You got to say, you know what, okay, I can't do these things right now. I'm not going to do anything illegal to get me off my path. I'm not going to do anything to cut any corners. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to grind. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to do all the things that I need to do to make it there. It sounds corny. It sounds cliche. But that was it, man. I had big dreams. Yes, I grew up in the poorest county in the state of Michigan. Yes, we didn't have a lot of things. I remember me and my brother were laughing the other day. We'd be on the payphone in the middle of the winter, making calls. It'd be freezing, but people don't know about that these days.
the
But
payphone, right?
we'd be out there putting the quarters in, and then they hang up on you and say, doo, 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 and then you got to keep putting more quarters in and stuff like that. But it was that grit, that determination that allowed us to I believe, to make it, because you could either do one or two things. You can keep going forward or not. You know what I mean? And one of the things I always said was I wanted to do something great, not just for me. It's not about me. This journey is about other people that I can touch along the way. And if you can inspire others, and that's why I try to help a lot of young people, through the years, PA, from helping kids get scholarships to working with the youth and all of that. We've been doing all that for years. And because, again, especially I have a special place in my heart for people who come from tough backgrounds and tough upbringings and what they call disenfranchised places, because a lot of times in those places we get thrown away or people give up on us. And my thing to the kids and to people out there, don't, even if some people give up on you, don't you give up on yourself. And
Exactly.
that's one of the things, man. You got to keep grinding, because it's hard. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you don't get to this point with it being easy. It's hard. You got to make a lot of right decisions.
You everywhere you went, you left an impact. Ferris State University, you one of the top alums coming up out of there, Ferris State, and you went to Okemos, what, one of the largest high schools in the state of Michigan.
Correct.
Athletic director of the year. You made an impact, changed a lot of things around there, broke the color barrier at Okemos. But that wasn't enough, because my brother is a king. My brother's a king. So you went south to Gulliver Prep in Miami, and you made history there, and elevated that a great program, but you elevated it to the next level. And I know you're living good in Miami. Was it hard for you to leave Miami Beach, man, Miami, and go to Louisiana, man?
No, no, it wasn't. In fact, I made another stop in between there when
Oh,
I left Gulliver Prep. I went to a place that, a lot of people would never, think about, coming up where I came up, and that's the Ivy League, in
okay.
Dartmouth. And being able to work at, in Dartmouth. I remember my first day on campus at Dartmouth, I was able to walk around there and look, and I thought, man, this is unbelievable, to be here with some of the top scholars in the world, and be on a campus and being working with student athletes here at Dartmouth, and working, with a great team. So I enjoyed my time there at Dartmouth. And then from there, I got the call and came here to LSU, to work with our football program and be a part of, a great team here at LSU. So it's been quite the journey, man. When you think about it and think about all the different, stops along the way. But I look back, even at my time at Ferris State University, I know we had a chance to do some work when I was there at Ferris, but that was a great experience. I was able to play football there. We won a league championship. That was great. But then, after I didn't make it to the NFL, I had a couple of tryouts, but I didn't make it, and that was heartbreaking. But I had to reset, and I had to reset my goals. And so I had an opportunity to work at Ferris and be administrator there, and had an opportunity to, get a few promotions, and that was great, at Ferris State University. And then from there, I got a call to the NCAA national office. So I got a chance to leave Ferris State
Yes.
University and work for the NCAA for 4 years, man. And that was amazing. I went around the United States working with, some great programs, working with some great college football coaches, from around the country. And that was amazing, So people always ask me, what this journey has been like. And I say it's been absolutely amazing. And thank God it's still going. And hopefully have a long way to go. But so far over the last 20 years, it's been unbelievable.
Unbelievable journey. What has been your key to success?
I think the biggest key, PA, is, it's going to sound simplistic again, but persistence. Just never giving up. There's a lot of down times too. I mean, I remember being out of school one time, and I wrote about this in my book, and really didn't have the financial aid, didn't go through. So I had to sit out a semester. And I remember
Mm,
my great professor, Dr. Sandy Ospa, said, listen, if you leave school, you'll never come back. And she was trying to motivate me, because she said other people have set out, and I've never seen them again. I went to Grand Rapids, Michigan, got a job at the Michigan Athletic Club, worked, saved money, got up at 5 a.m, worked out, did everything I needed to do, and came back that next semester, paid what I needed to pay, and then took 18 credit hours and was able to get back into Ferris State University and finish out. In fact, I was on the dean's list that year. And then after that went well, the president at the time, Bill Cedarberg, said, hey, you know what? We want to offer you an opportunity to stay here and work for Ferris. We want to pay for your master's degree and get a chance to do great things. And so I got a chance to get my master's there at Ferris and went on, and the rest is history. But just think about it. If I would have been out of that school at that one time and I hadn't went back, this story is never told.
wow.
And I'm working somewhere, a 9-to-5 job, and I don't have these opportunities. So if the kids out there, the youth out there who are listening to this, when you have those, you're gonna have down times. When you have those down times, don't give up. So to answer your question, I think the biggest key to my success has been persistent, and also always dreaming big. I never felt like this is all I'm supposed to have. When I woke up in the morning in Baldwin, Michigan, I never felt like, this is the only thing I'm supposed to have. I was thankful for what I had, but I always felt like there's something greater out there for me. And I remember my grandmother and my mother used to always tell me, hey, man, you're special. There's something out there for you if you want to work for it. So I think if you have great persistence and you dream big, you got an opportunity to change your life forever.
And with all of your things, with all the things you have accomplished, Chill, you still make sure you go back home to where it started. You were just in Baldwin, what, last week?
Yep, this past weekend.
What
Yeah,
keeps you humble? What keeps you humble?
that keeps me humble. When I go back there, that keeps me humble, because I see some people, who haven't been as fortunate, who didn't get some of the opportunities that I had. So I want to be able to still light a fire under them. I want to be able to still speak life into them and try to help them. And I never want to get too big time. I don't care where life takes me. I never want to get too big time that I'm disconnected from Baldwin, that I'm disconnected from the people that I grew up with, that I'm disconnected from the people that, helped me along the way, because I feel like it's our responsibility in these seats that we're sitting in, PA, to help the young people out there that are dreaming the same dreams that we had. And you want to stay in touch with that, because you want them to say, you know what, I can do that too. There's no reason to make money and to have big jobs and to do all this stuff if you're not going to be able to give back and help and inspire others. That's what life is all about. Not what kind of fancy car can you get, or what kind of big house can you. That's all nice, but who are you helping? Who are you? What Dr. King says, and he said it to perfection. Life most persistent question is, what are you doing to help others?
What are you doing to help others?
That's huge.
That's huge. That is. That's it. But that should be your legacy. What you do for others. If you got a question for Chill, type your question in. We'll put it up on the screen. I think I want to share. I'm going to share this image here. Tell me, what does this mean to you right here at this point in life, man? What does that mean right there?
Hey, that's a good one right there. That was, just an opportunity. We had an event at the stadium, and that was one of my first times being in Tiger Stadium here at LSU, one of the most iconic stadiums in the country. And it was a great event, and just took a moment, and I've learned that to do that later in life. Sometimes you just take a moment and you're just out there and you're just sharing. I know I'm looking forward to this season. Hopefully I have enough tickets, because I got family and friends that are coming to multiple games. Pierre, you got to come down to a game too.
Oh, no doubt, bro. We got a young kid from Muskegon who's actually on the team. So
yeah, and he's doing well. And he's my guy, Anthony Bradford.
Yes.
One of the all-time nicest people, and just a great human being. And we talk about Muskegon all the time. In fact, we both love that chicken from the chicken coop. They still got that there, but yeah, no, it's great. And, I think the biggest thing is that, it goes to show you that, no matter your dreams are valid, no matter where you're from. Your dreams are valid, no matter where you're from.
I tell you what, this gave me chills. This screen right here gave me chills. I'm gonna put this up. When I went to this screen, just prepping for today, and I saw this right here. Look at that, family. Look at that. It's young man from Baldwin, Michigan.
Oh yeah. On the website.
That's to see you there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You there, bro?
That's great. You know what I mean? And and just again, if you're out there, and you don't have to be young, you can be an older person. It's never too late to dream another dream. And you can do it. And I always try to use my social media platform to really inspire people. And I post a lot of inspirational stuff, because hopefully I might not reach many people, but hopefully I can touch one or two people a week, and that would be good for me. And just knowing that you can really help them kind of achieve the dreams that, or inspire them to kind of achieve the dreams that they want to achieve. And when you look at the African American community, I go a step further. PA is that it's hard. It's hard, and it's very, very difficult. And we just got to continue to work hard and continue to say, hey, you know what? Nothing's going to hold us down. We're gonna keep moving forward.
Right. I got a young cousin who enrolled at LSU on a scholarship, Demery. I went to his graduation from Shreveport, Louisiana. So I'm gonna send you his information so you can check on my little cuz. Fortunately, he got a full ride. Chill. He got a full ride. Yes, full ride. Academic scholarship. But what made you talk to me, man? You had a lot of options out there, and you only allowed to do one. What made you talk to me?
I wanted to talk to you because you were where it started at. You know what I mean? You are where it really all started at in terms of the the multimedia stuff and the stuff that we were doing from a multimedia standpoint. And I know that I appreciate all the stuff you're doing in the community, of Muskegon in Orlando, in Africa, and all the different places. And one of the things I learned from you was, to really be able to help the youth, and that's so important. And this message, today hopefully can inspire somebody that's, in fourth or fifth or sixth grade, or even in high school, saying, you know what, I want to go into sports administration. I had a dream of one day being an assistant athletic director or an athletic director, or that was something I always wanted to do. Because growing up, a lot of times I know I didn't. I always thought about playing sports. I didn't really think about working in sports until later in life. That was like something I was like, okay, I'm not playing anymore. What can I do? And for the last 20 years, I've been working in sports. That's the only jobs I've ever had is working in sports. And that's amazing, man, when you think about it, because I loved it so much. And so when you love it, you don't know if you're going to get an opportunity. I had, whether it was my grandfathers and people in my life who went to different jobs that they had to do to feed their family, my mother. But it's not something that they really, really loved. But I've been blessed to be able to do something for the last 20 years that I really love. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to get here. I'm excited to get to this complex. I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to work late. I'm excited to help and pour into our student athletes that we work with, because that is a true blessing to be able to do something you love to do.
Wow. We got some comments I'm going to read before we wrap up and final thought. Elliot Pugh, LSU, go Ira Childress. Proud of you, bro.
Thanks, E.
Benita Thurgill over in Ann Arbor, over there at University of Michigan, and says, congratulations. You're going to know this person, Regina Peacock. Ali, blessings to you both. Say hello to Dr. Arnold.
Will do.
LSU on the move. Your good friend, who's also doing great thing, Josh Kosinski. Great stuff. I don't know where Josh is at now, man.
Josh is great, man. He's back in Muskegon area. He's doing great stuff. I'm proud of him.
All right, Coach Josh, man. Tina Hill, Tina Hill Conley is in Monroe, Louisiana, but she's originally from Muskegon Heights.
Okay.
And she said, congratulations. Welcome to the boot. That's what they call it?
They call it the boot, man. It's funny. Down here, you got to stay in the gym, PA, because the food is really good.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that Creole food, that Cajun food, right?
Yeah, the food is
crawfish,
really
good. Right?
Yeah, the food is the crawfish, man. It's really good.
Christine Schultz says you are inspiring our children.
Thank you, Christine. She's amazing. Her whole family is amazing. Her dad is he was the president of the bank, and actually a guy who gave me my first loan for a car back in the day. So I'm very gracious, man. I was walking before that. So I appreciate it.
Shout out to her pops there.
I appreciate the great Caroline ball.
Right. Also, Georgia Moss says, congratulations, Ira Childress.
Thank you.
And also, Tina Hill Conley says, the games at Tiger Stadium are like no other.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been yet, but everyone says 105,000 a night. So I'm looking forward to being there for a game day, and we got a great schedule. As you know, we open up Labor Day weekend in New Orleans at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on that Sunday night, a standalone game on national television versus Florida State. So that'll be a great one.
Are you on the sideline or are you up in the
I'll be on the
box?
sideline. I'll be on the sideline. Yeah.
On the sideline.
So you see, if you see the guy with the yellow hat, the gold hat, that's me. So yeah, I'll be on the sideline. So PA, man, I know you're busy, man. I mean, it's just
Can we get one more?
It's just great to be on with you, man, and just inspiring young people. So if you're a young person out there, whatever community you're in, just understand that, keep dreaming big, and you have an opportunity to achieve your dreams, no matter what it looks like right now. Because life sometimes, it's tough early on. It can be real tough. There's some peaks and valleys in it, but you can get there. And if you're an athlete out there, a lot of our athletes out there, be an athlete, put everything you have in your sport, but also put everything you have into education and get that education, because that can change your life. None of this stuff is possible, PA, without an education. I consider myself a really good athlete back in the day,
Right.
but my highlight film is only good for Facebook. It was never good to get me a job. It was never good for a resume or anything like that. It's only good for memories now. But so you have to have that resume with that education on it. So if you're somebody out there that wants to do great things, you can. I didn't have a car throughout high school. I was walking, but it was okay. When I got to college, I didn't have a car. I was walking, but it was okay. It was cold, but I was wrapped up, and I made it. And so,
But now, family, when I pulled up on him in Miami, he pulled out on that Mercedes Benz on me. Drop top.
Like Jay-Z said, man, we ain't shining shoes no more.
Right, right. I think you might know this person. Paul Power says an individual foundation is so important. The fire that inspires you runs through your family and is evident through your successes of your brothers as well. I would even go as far to say that there is something special about Baldwin that has inspired success as educators, doctors, and attorneys. What do you attribute to that fire that drives success among so many graduates of Baldwin High School? That is a great question.
That's a great question. Thanks, Paul, for that question. I think the biggest thing, my brothers are successful. My younger brother's an NBA trainer. My other brother's, Vice President JP Morgan Chase. My sister's doing great things in Austin, Texas. My other sister's doing great things in California. I got another sister doing great things in Texas as well. So my whole family is doing well. But at the same time, I think, to answer Paul's question, I think the great thing that inspires people to do stuff out of Baldwin is not having a lot, to be honest. When you don't have a lot, you say to yourself, hey, you know what? I'm going to do something great. And I know I'm behind the 8 ball, and I know I'm way behind, but I'm going to show people who didn't believe in me. Now this sounds like a great story, PA, and I think it is, but there's a lot of people out there who said and gave up on us, talked bad about us, said we couldn't do great things and all that. We don't focus on that, but it can be, it's out there, and there are people who gave up on us, but now those same people are now here saying, hey, great job and all that, and that's okay. And we won't hold it against them. But I think, to answer Paul's question, when you wake up in the morning and there's nobody there, in terms of, not obviously your family's there, but I'm talking about on the outside world saying, hey, you know what, we got a job for you, or hey, you know what, I own a company, or hey, you know what, I got a connection for you to get in college. We didn't have those connections. So essentially you had to grind, and as they say, get out the mud. And that's what we had to do in Baldwin. And so I think that inspired us to do great things. We in my family, I have doctors and lawyers and all those people. We all grew up poor. We all grew up on, in government housing, on welfare and assistance. But at the same time, we did not let that deter us from our goal. And we had good family values. My grandmother, the matriarch of the family, was huge in that. And also my mother as well, just and other people in our family. And, other my friends. I mean, my friends are, doing well. My best friend's down in Charlotte doing great things down there. My friend Sean. I have friends, all over the country who are doing great things. But again, it starts from that grit and that determination of saying, you know what, we won't be denied.
Won't be denied. Thank you, my friend. I'm so proud of you. I'll be watching halftime, watching sidelines, trying to see. That's Ira right there. There you go. There you go.
Thanks, PA. Hey, man, I appreciate you. And we got to get you down here to the booth, man. We got to get you down to a game, man. You let me know. I'll send you the schedule. You let me know, and we'll make sure you get there.
I'm not going to turn that down, brother.
Take care, PA. Appreciate you.
All right.